Yes, I think so. Here is that's the middle one. That is a cue card. Just you have to speak on that.
So there are numerous books that I have read, but all of these books belongs to my coursework books. When I was back in days when I went for NIT in Islamabad, there I was visiting a market, F7 market in Islamabad, where I found a bookstore, and there I went there and bought a book called The Certain Art of Not Giving an F. So I bought this book and came back. Like it's been 2 to 3 years that I haven't read this book. I want to read this book, but anytime when I sit to read that, I can't finish it. So whenever I start from it again. So this book was recommended by a YouTuber called Irfan Junejo and Guru. These books, they said that if you want to excel in your life, you have to read these books. So I purchased it, but I haven't yet read it. So I wanted to read it, and I would want to read it in one go. So whenever I sit to read this book, I don't have enough time to finish it, and there are certain pauses and periods in between that result I haven't completed this book. So in my free time, I would prefer to read this book and learn what is written and is important for us.
Okay. Do you think that reading a book means before going to sleep means reading book at the bedtime? Do you think it's good?
So it used to be good back in the days, but nowadays the things have evolved and people started consuming electronic devices like mobile phones. And I was one of the victim of such thing. I used before going to bed, I spend a lot of time scrolling on social media and looking what's new. So the I think that books are replaced by mobile phones and social media.
Okay. Mm,
Yes, it can be good if someone consume this information before going to bed, as I think that night was a time that was good for learning and remembering something.
do you think they think that social media is depriving the people uh, from their relationship?
So there can be subjective measures between person to person. I think that social media is basically connecting more and more people, as the accessibility from social media have made the distance relationship more accessible. While at the same time, it can be true that social media might be depriving someone from relationship, as people mostly consume social media not to communicate with others but to consume information. So in that means the opportunity cost is our relationship that we follow.
Do you think that social media disturb the lives of the personal lives of the people?
Yes, there are certain content on social media that can be harmful for one's mental well-being. For example, the news channels that are now coming from mainstream to social media have erupted the social media market. There are some fake news that can set misleading information and that can also harmful for one's mental health. So yes, they are somewhat depriving person from enjoying the real perks of life.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So, ma'am, basically, I want to ask that I have to appear for IELTS exam on 8th of